Hello and welcome to another episode of Yuck, Dumb, Boo, and Bum, the NAS Classic Baseball Review Show. Today, we're going to be looking at a legendary game for the NAS, and literally legendary, as it's called Legends of the Diamond. And this is your nice little opening here. I don't think more than 3 people run through it. I don't usually stick around for the rest of it, so let's move forward, shall we? Released by Bandai in 1990. So it's pretty basic options there. You can play 1 player or 2 player. If you go into continue, it is a insanely long list of characters required, and you can't back out. So if you go in there, make sure it's right, or you have to hit reset. So you can do tournament or official game. Tournament puts you against random people with random names, and that's significant because of the official game. What this is, Legends of the Diamond, it is some of the greatest players of all time that you will put onto your team or into your opponent's team and play a game with them. So that's why this next option is important. Random select or member select. Let's do member select so we can choose our players. And you can see everybody up here. Now keep in mind this game came out in 1990 and there's virtually no representation from the 80s. So everybody from the 70s or earlier. Even with that, though, it does get a little bit confusing. For example, go right down here, Mickey. You would figure Mickey Mantle, actually Mickey Cochran. More obvious ones are in there. Lou is Lou Gehrig. Rogers Hornsby. Obviously, Babe is Babe Ruth. Willie M is Willie McCovey, who is also a fine player, but Willie Mays, I think recently The Athletic did a top 100 players, and Willie Mays was considered the best player of all time. And he played through the 50s and 60s, so I really don't understand how he's not in this game. There's a few guys like that. Joe DiMaggio is not in this game, by the way. But still, we'll work with what we've got. So you have to select your 9 starters, including obviously a pitcher. And then, as I saw, you click on them by hitting select. So when you do so, it tells you a little bit just about them, their history. See, a fast runner, age 67 stolen bases, awesome. He feels great today, by the way. That little comment box down there, that can tell you if a player is on or not. Not that it makes a massive difference, but it makes a little bit of one. So let's click on Rogers Hornsby, and then you have to pick the position for him. Outfield, for some reason, is considered center field. Rogers Hornsby was a second baseman. So let's keep going through and making our lineup. So let's go with Lou Gehrig in the 2 spot, conceivably. Except apparently he says I might error. So yeah, I don't know what to make of that, but that's not really I guess something got lost in translation, but apparently Lou Gehrig might error. So let's try to find someone different. What about Ernie Banks? Ernie is Ernie Banks. That's pretty clear cut. He feels great today. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. You can play first base for us. Unless we think we have another first baseman on the list. Let's make him the first baseman. All right, the 3 spot. Let's go with Babe Ruth. He might make another error, which leads us to believe that he made an error previously and now may make another one. So fantastic. We'll skip him. Jimmy Fox was a power hitter. We can put him in there. First, he can play. By the way, it shows under position. I don't know if you noticed there. Eligibility for positions. First base, third base, and catcher. Now, you can actually stick him anywhere. I don't know if it makes any difference. But for these purposes, we'll try and be as accurate as we can. So, because he did play catcher a bit in his career, we'll do that. We've got Ty. That's obviously Ty Cobb. But Ty Cobb was a massive racist. So let's skip him. Let's go right over to Pops. Willie Stargell. He feels great today. Awesome. So we'll put him in the outfield. We'll put Pops in right. Hey, look, there's Hank Aaron. He's also feeling great. Let's put him in left. Roberto Clemente is also feeling great. I know he's a right fielder. Let's stick him in center for this. And so we go through the list. Some of the catchers I don't necessarily know as well. For example, Bill Freehan. who also might make another error. Mickey Cochran. He played quite a while ago, actually. And a little more recently, check out the hairdo on this guy. Joe Torre is in this game. I'd use him as the manager, but as a player, I think I've got both of the positions filled. So what's left to fill? It looks like shortstop. And do we have a third baseman? We don't. Oh, right. Well, I wanted... well, I didn't even click on Brooks Robinson. There we go. Brooks Robinson seems pumped. Let me hit this one. Go ahead and hit this one, then. What do we need now? A shortstop? Who plays? Oh, Honus Wagner's a shortstop. Go through and try to figure out who a couple guys are. I think Johnny Mize could do that as well. Bobby Richardson, I believe, was a second baseman. That's the Bobby over there. And now we have to pick a pitcher. So let's go with a few guys who have really low ERAs. Cy Young. Let me hit this one. Sure, Cy Young. All right, so now we have to pick players on the bench. So obviously you want to pick some pitchers in there. And then pick some other guys who might be good. Who's Joe M? Who am I missing there? Oh, Joe Morgan. Oh, but he says he won't be useful today. So, thank you for your honesty, Joe Morgan. How about Harmon Killebrew? Harmon Killebrew, awesome. Joe Torre. Oh, Tris Speaker. He feels great. Awesome. Who's left that we could pick up? Who's this? Billy Herman? All right, Billy Herman. There we go. So now you can change players, obviously, to change their positions, or my personal favorite, BO change, which I guess they're using as batting order, but in English, BO means something else. So assuming these players don't physically stink, we should be good to continue on from here. Now you get to pick your logo. Look how much we've done. We haven't even started yet. Hawks. Okay. Mustangs. I like how the horse is kind of like nuzzling through the M. Kind of like that. Let's be Mustangs. They can be Cobras. Chiefs. That's a weird one for Chiefs. Whole world in their hands. Samurais. That's kind of badass. Looks like he's like slashing a compass. The Generals. Rebels with a backwards R. Crowns. Titans with an S missing on the end. And we're back to start. So let's make them the Samurais. So here are your options for field. Old field and new field. Now there's not much of a difference other than there being, I guess, I don't know, two slightly different looking women on them. The old field, it's easier to hit the ball out. And it appears to be sunny there. So let's play in the old field. Play ball. All right, so you can move pretty much anywhere you need to in the box. That is a pitch that can get you, though. It should usually make the noise to alert you, unless you're speaking over it like I am. Also, you'll notice it's got the last names now for the players, so everybody who maybe you weren't sure of, this is when you figured it out. This is the first time I played when I thought I had Mickey Mantle and instead discovered I had Mickey Cochran. I'm sure he would make a fine center fielder as well. Oh, there's a base hit. All right. So this game, you actually press the direction you're running to and B, rather than just simply down for every single one. Consequently, going back, it's the same thing as it usually is. So that ball looked like it was going to hit me. All right, let's crowd the plate, see what happens. He threw that one behind me. Dizzy Dean is the pitcher, by the way. In case you couldn't guess from the Dizzy, there aren't a lot of other Dizzies. That pitch. Oh, I think that ball would have hit me if I didn't swing it. All right, Willie Stargell. They're missing an L on Stargell for what it's worth. Could have just called him Pops. It's one of the best nicknames in baseball. Oh, that was a well-hit ball. Uh-oh. Oh, wait, that was the third out anyways. Never mind, I couldn't get back. So we got the little designs on there in between, which are kind of nice. So Samurais, because Samurais are bad now. Hey, speaking of Mickey Cochran, there he is. There's only enough players in this to really make two teams, so everybody who we didn't pick is going to be on this team one way or another. Joe Morgan. Now, I don't know if you've been watching any of the pitching at all, but here's the trippy part. Take a look. It looks like his left arm is behind his back. His right arm is out in front. watch when he pitches. He's actually a righty. So that is actually really weird, and that kind of, whoa, this guy's running to second. Oh, now he's running back. I don't know why he ran to second there, but regardless, like I was saying, it's a little tricky. Although, neat little difference with the graphic, there's a runner on, so now he's pitching from the stretch. Now it actually looks like he's a right-hander. So it's only when he's doing the full windup that we see that situation. You see the runners in this game can be pretty aggressive, but they do come back to their bases. And consequently, when you get caught in a rundown, they're merciless. And apparently so is Ed Roush, because he just crushed a 3-run shot. So, yeah, I have not won this game yet. And now, it wasn't until recently that I even figured out how to get the ball consistently out of the infield. Speaking of which, some of the games, when you're pressing up or down with it, it feels good to do that when you swing, but it doesn't actually do anything. In this game, hitting it up will kind of get it a little higher, and definitely pressing down, or sometimes not even pressing anything at all. The default for most of the hitters, in most of the situations, will be to hit the ball on the ground. You want to avoid that at all costs in this game, because if that ball is on the ground, it's like you're playing in mud. So that ball goes nowhere. And some of the hardest hitters will still, it won't go anywhere, like at all. It's ridiculous. So we talked a little bit about the different aspects of it. I think we're about to bat, so let's see if there's anything we can add in here while we're batting. You see the cute little graphic of the batter. Oh, Hank Aaron, the home run king. Or, well, at the time, the home run king. And I'm pressing up every single time as I'm swinging, by the way, now to try to get some power. So for Roberto Clemente, I'm going to press down when I swing. Well, not that time, I just press to the left, but I'll press down this time as I swing. Not if he pitches that far outside, even I won't swing at that. By the way, the ball can hit you in this game, it just simply hasn't yet. That one ended up getting looped up in the air. Who's next? Oh, Brooks Robinson, the human vacuum cleaner. Ooh, that was a bad swing. Yeah, by the way, that half swing is how you bunt in this game, which doesn't really work. You have to really kind of get that matched up, because if not, that's an automatic swing. Ooh, that wasn't so good, was it? Yeah, they can just take a nap in the field. We're not doing anything. All right, so Babe Ruth batting in the 8th spot for some reason. You're seeing kind of the movement around there for some of the guys. It's not bad. It's a little sticky. They don't move quite as well as you'd like, but it is better than a few games out there. It's just not kind of top of the line in that regard. Or guessing where they're going sometimes. Again, one of the things, and I think I've preached this with almost every single NES game I've played, is don't move till you see your guy on the screen. Because otherwise, you're moving him somewhere, and he's not actually in that place you thought he was. So you end up missing the ball altogether. Let's play a little bit more of this. Here's Honus Wagner. This is amazing how many balls have gotten close to me and have not hit me. Although he's throwing 50 miles an hour, I think he's getting tired. Which does happen. The pitchers actually do get tired really quickly in this game. Which is crazy, because these are all pitchers from, like, the era of pitch the whole game yourself. And they have trouble getting through 3 innings. Oh, that was a bouncer, in all fairness. That was a bouncer. Okay, so Cy Young is up. So let's pinch hit for him. Let's bring in Tris Speaker. No extra fancy thing, just here he is, he's up there. Interesting note too, because I was talking about the pitcher throwing from what was allegedly the wrong hand. Dizzy Dean, the way he stands, you can tell his gloves on his left hand, he's throwing with his right hand. So there's a couple different graphics for the pitchers, and that's a pretty cool one right there. Hey, we got a hit! Let's try to go for 2. No, let's not go for 2. And back in A, by the way, sends it back. Another little thing with the fielding, anytime the ball's on the ground, you'll see the player, oh, he just got hit by a pitch, Ernie Banks. Oh, there we go. I was wondering when that would happen. Every ball seems like it's been at our guys. All right, let's send our guys back. Oh, wait, it was the third out. Never mind. Anyways, as I was saying just a moment before, when a player dropped, the ball's coming at them on the ground, you see the graphic where they kind of drop to a knee, which is actually really cool. Okay, we'll go with Whitey Ford now into pitch, chairman of the board. He's another guy whose right hand is behind his back, so you know he's pitching with his left hand. But apparently it works because he can get Lou Gehrig to swing at that garbage. Oh my God, we did this again. Let's see if we can do this 3 times in a row. Oh man, this will work until we face a righty. I think I figured out something in this game. At least for a couple of innings, this should work. Ooh, killing him. Oh, Luke Appling is a righty. Oh, smacked him. Oh man, look at this. Look at this. 1-hit batsman and 9 strikes. And he breaks his bat. There are actually a couple of neat little graphics. You play it long enough that you'll see. That's one of them. Another thing is there's a little bit of trash talking that'll sometimes pop up on the bottom of the screen there where we've got the pitcher and hitter lined up. But, oh, I think he was safe there. So I don't know if we'll get far enough into it to see that, which would kind of be a shame because it's pretty awesome. Yeah, there are a couple of neat little things in this game. To the point where my tone on this game kind of changed as I was playing it. It is frustratingly difficult, and it's also kind of basic in the sense that other than the tournament mode, which really isn't a lot of fun, all you're pretty much doing is playing exhibition games, just splitting up these all-time players and putting them on 2 different teams. But it is still a fun thing to do. And some of the extra things like that keep you on your toes. You know, I don't know that this is a game I would outright buy. Ooh, that was a nice hit. But I would definitely rent it at least once, if not twice. They threw to first base. That was not smart. Of course, neither is doing this. They will throw back to the bag, but yes, sometimes they do throw to the wrong bag in this game. Alright, whoa. Let's see what we can do with this. Maybe finally score a run. Well, if he keeps throwing those 58-mile-an-hour pitches out of the zone. Hopefully I won't swing at too many of them. I literally said that and then did that. Yeah, I see a bit of a problem there. Oh, Brooks Robinson. Bat snaps. Seems like different players will do different things, including one hit-by-pitch graphic, which I would love to see happen. I don't know that it will. But let's give it a try, shall we? Oh, that ball went behind him. That didn't work. That ball also went behind him. What the heck is going on? Oop, that one didn't quite get him. Let's try one more time. I don't know why I can't seem to connect with him. Let's try Babe Ruth. He's a bigger target. There we go. Oh, he didn't do anything. Oh, there's 2 guys in a row. Here we go. Dizzy Dean's had enough. Oh, the umpire's got to take him off. And he's put Nolan Gunboat at you. I'm coming for you. Oh, that is one of the best hit-by-pitch graphics in this game. As you can see, as I've hit about 3 or 4 guys in a row, number one, I'm not getting kicked out even after this is happening, nor was the guy who was strangling me, by the way. But only some of the batters will actually do that. Will Lou Gehrig do that? I feel kind of bad doing it to Lou Gehrig. Oh, well, that's fine. He's going to get his revenge on me. And eventually, most of my games have just degenerated into this. Should I be relieved? Maybe I should, and maybe this is a good time to call it quits, but a lot of fun with this one, and I'm sure we'll have more fun with the next one, so thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe down below, catch up with the rest of the Yuck Dumb Boo and Bum series, and we'll see you again next time.